Coming to you live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas, this is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
Welcome to the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios. I am your host, Alan Hernandez. Sitting next to me, your producers, David Bonilla, Jabron Hernandez. We are here to make sure that your real estate business is growing right alongside with us here in Houston, Texas. Don't forget to share this with anyone out there who is in the real estate industry. We're on every Tuesday and Thursday from 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. And we love to hear from you. So make sure you jot down all your questions, comments, concerns down below so that we can read them out loud and make fun of you. And of course, anything that you like, give us the likes, your angry faces. We want to hear it. So, all right, before we start today's phenomenal show, as always, because as always, we have a phenomenal show every single time. I want to tell you guys a little bit about what's happening in getting back to school, man. Like this is the week, you know.
It is.
And here's the crazy part. So kids get the vacation, right? They get the vacation time, and they're all super happy at the end of the year, and they're excited because they finally get a chance to chill, relax, and like watch TV and play video games whenever they want, right? Because they don't normally do that when they're in school. But last night I was talking to my wife, and she's like, "Oh my God," she's like, "I can't wait for the kids to go back to school." and I realized, like, when kids go to school is like parents' vacation. Yeah. Like now parents get a chance to like focus and do things, right?
I'm dreaming of the day.
Dude, it's crazy, man. It's crazy how much work it is to just have the kids every day, and because you can't just let them just sit there all day. You have to like entertain them. You have to get them to do things, and you can't let them forget everything they learned the year before.
That's what I was going to say. It's funny because one of the things we used to recommend when we were teachers is that you actually put your kids in summer school.
Yeah.
And not for remedial purposes, but they have two different types of summer school. There's enrichment and there's remedial. And we would say, dude, put them in the enrichment, because just sitting at home all day, playing video games and scratching their asses and doing whatever else kids do during the day, it just is not.
Scratching their asses.
I don't know what else kids do all day.
My mom
really,
was not about that life. She had like we would go and purchase like the stack of workbooks, and every summer we had to work through the workbooks.
Really,
and it was always for the grade coming up and like the year that afterwards. So when we got to school, we were like, easy.
So your mom was involved.
Dude, your mom was hardcore.
Dude, hell yeah.
Either that or we're like mega slacking.
Our mom was like, hey, yo.
Go outside.
Stay distracted. Stay distracted.
Go outside.
If you don't stay distracted, I'll beat y'all.
Yeah, no. Our mom was like, hey, if you guys don't find something to do, I'll give you something to do. And we were like, all right, we'll give us something to do. And she'd be like, there's the dishes, there's the floor.
Yeah. Never mind, I'll go play.
And so we would wake up and find something to do just so we wouldn't have to do a bunch of chores all day. And inevitably, she'd get us to do them anyway. So this weekend is also Eliana's 5th birthday. And
awesome.
I'm super excited. Man. Yeah. For those of you that have been following the show, I moved for the second time this summer.
In 3 or 4 months. It's amazing.
In 4 months, I moved twice.
Yeah.
And it's been.
I feel like it was less time than that.
It's been really hard.
I swear it was like weeks apart.
It pretty much was, man. Yeah. It's crazy.
It's been mayhem for us.
I even asked them when they were doing. I said, "Man, well, did you guys even get unpacked?" And they go, "Well, actually, we only got about like 60% of the way unpacked." Yeah. So the good thing is 40% of our shit was still in boxes.
Yeah. At least some of it's still there. At least some of it's still there.
We actually, the second time we moved in 4 hours total, because most of the stuff was already packed. And we just packed it all up, and the movers came in, put it all in the truck, and took off. So this week upcoming, our house that we had just moved into goes up on the market. We're gonna resell that. Nice. And then this weekend, of course, some of you guys know, most of you guys know, is Eliana's birthday, and we'll be celebrating it in the yard of the new house.
Yeah.
Which is going to be exciting, because that's why we love this house so much.
It's
got a 1 acre yard. We might as well take advantage of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
man.
it's really exciting.
Wow. You're set up for activities for sure.
I am set up to have the best parties.
I'm gonna bring like my bow and arrow.
I already spoke to my neighbors about it. Like I have these really really old neighbors, and so we went up to them and we were like, hey, we're gonna have some parties. So I hope that's okay.
How'd they feel about that?
What was cool about them is they're like old hippies. Yeah. And they're like, hey, as long as you invite us and we're good
about that.
So I love that, man. We're gonna have a good time. I'm excited. It's gonna be a good time. So today we're gonna be talking about our favorite topic to talk about here on this show. One of our favorites, at least. We're going to talk about.
But it's not Zillow. For anyone who's wondering, it's not Zillow.
Actually, it's not just our favorite topic. It's a game that we like to play on here because we come across it so much in this industry, and we like to poke fun of it. But it's a serious topic. Yeah. However, today we're going to poke fun of it some more, and it's called "Is It Racist?" Yes, if you haven't played with us, if you haven't played with us in the past, we're going to tell you about something that happened in the real estate industry. That either an agent or an investor or a lender or something that someone did, and you get a chance to vote. Is it racist? That's a thumbs up. Or is it not racist? Give us the angry face. So, or can we do thumbs down now? No.
Can't do thumbs down. Facebook still thinks that thumbs down is too aggressive.
That's right. That's right.
It's too aggressive.
Angry face, but not the thumbs
okay,
down.
so we'll get the angry face for it's not racist, and we'll do the thumbs up. Yes, it is racist.
I can be mad, but I can't dislike you.
Okay, got it. Perfect. All right, and then of course we're going to talk about what's happening tonight, which is extremely important, and we want everyone to know about it who listens to the show, because if you have not registered, if you have not gotten your ticket, you are going to miss out. All right, so just to give you guys an idea, we have over 600 RSVPs right now. I'm so excited. It's going to be a packed house tonight. And if you've never made it out to the St. Arnold's happy hour that we put together here in Houston, wow, you're going to be impressed the minute you guys get a chance to come out and just hang out. And it's free beer, free food. And today we're going to be giving everyone the top tips on how to make the most effective use of every networking event that you go to, because there is a science to it, right? Like, you don't just go to networking events and just stand by a wall and hope that someone talks to you. Right?
That's what I do.
You don't just go in and hand out business cards and hope that someone calls you.
You'd be surprised. I know a lot of people who go just to eat and drink, and they think that's what a networking event is. And if that's what you're doing during your networking, you're doing it all wrong.
Yeah, and you really are just wasting your time by doing it. So when we get back, we'll get right into those tips. We'll talk a little bit about, is it racist? You're on the Realty Ruckus. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
Hey guys, Alan here. Are you a home investor in need of house plans and permit expediting services? If so, Houston Plans and Permits is your local one-stop shop. They have over 15 years of professional design experience and have a strong team of knowledgeable permitting expediters to service all of your projects. Please contact them by calling them at 281-372-1555. Again, 281-372-1555. Or visit them at their website, plansandpermits.com. Again, that's www.plansandpermits.com.
Hey Houston real estate agents, this is Alan Hernandez, broker at White Picket Realty. I want to let you know that when you're ready to stop working your real estate career and start building a real estate business, Team WPR is the place to be. Not only do we offer real results, real support, and real branding, but furthermore, 80 to 100% commissions of your hard-earned money going back to you. So make sure you reach out to us. Join at teamwpr.com. Again, that's join, Join, at teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. I'm trying out a couple of new things there on the intro. You know? I'm just like, I got to keep it getting more exciting.
It gets more and more interesting every time.
So before we went to break, we were talking about a networking event that we're doing tonight.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest networking event in Houston when it comes to real estate. This is not just for real estate investors. This is real estate in general. So it doesn't matter if you're a realtor, insurance, you own a moving company, you own a staging company. You've got to come out to an event like this and meet the other industry players. And a lot of the time, this is what I hear from people because I tell them, hey, you should come to that networking event. And this is what I get a response. This is from people who don't get the value of networking. They'll tell me something along the lines of, why would I want to do that? Why do I want to go meet my competition?
Yeah.
Why do I want to go run into other people doing what I'm doing? And I just want to like do the face palm, you know? You're fatally misunderstanding what networking is for. And even at that, I can tell you one thing, knowing your competition is a great thing because they're not your competition. If you look at them that way, they are. But a lot of the times, I have other people, for example, in construction, who sent me construction referrals. I've had other realtors who send me deals to buy.
We just picked up a deal. I just picked up a listing from an agent who just didn't know how to properly service this client. It was a client in a distressed situation, and she just called me and she's like, look, this is not up my alley. I know that you know how to handle these. Boom, we took care of it. Now we're getting ready to help them liquidate their property.
Absolutely, and so this idea that, well, one, it's another realtor. Why would I want to meet them? Well, no, that's wrong. You want to be able to know everybody. Everyone needs to know you and know what you are an expert at, know what you're good at, because they're likely to send you referrals. And then beyond that, you're meeting other people because other vendors, they need other vendors. Guess what? Realtors need insurance people. Realtors need
multiple
good lenders
people.
And multiple insurance
lenders.
Multiple lenders. Realtors and lenders need real estate agents. Why? Because who the heck are they going to be representing on a loan if they're not buying a house with a realtor? I guarantee you there's almost no one who buys a home with a mortgage lender that didn't use a realtor.
This is definitely the only networking event in town. And by the way, I go to all of them. We go to all of them. This is the only one in town that has a real good mix of people. I mean, we see a lot of investors that come here. And that's because a lot of our vendors are very investor friendly, which we love, because we also want to promote to all the realtors that show up the fact that they should also be investing. That's part of what our company stands for. We want to make sure that everyone that gets into this business is not only building a business, but also building a retirement plan along the way. So that's a lot of the reason why you see a lot of the investor-friendly vendors at this event. At the same time, what I was saying is we get realtors, we get investors, we get lenders, we get private lenders, we get a little bit of everything. We get wholesalers. I've met attorneys there. We've raised money here.
A lot of private and look, for the people who say, I can't get a loan, I can't go to a bank, oh, the hard money companies don't want to give me a loan. You're not going networking because there's private lenders everywhere. There's a lot of people that are not hard money, that are just private lenders looking to either partner up or do deals. I know a lot of private lenders who are like, I don't want to lend my money. I want to partner up with somebody who brings a good deal, and then we'll split the profits. There's a lot of people out there like that, but you have to actively go out and find them. And just showing up to eat free food, being the first guy in line to get the free food, or just like sniffing at the food until it's open, or just showing up just to get free beer and then getting sloshed and not even
crawl out.
Not even comprehensible at that point.
Crawl out. I guarantee that. I guarantee
that just doesn't work for networking.
You know, that's the thing is people miss out on the fact that networking is an art. It's an art. It's a skill that you learn along the way, and a lot of people don't take it that way. They just take it as something that you have to do, or because it's daunting to a lot of people.
I like what you said though. It's very much a skill. And the thing about networking is, you see, I used to be that person. I used to be the person who showed up to eat free food, drank free drinks, and I thought, oh, this is just a social event. And I wasn't getting really anything out of it. But I actually started observing you. Because I was like, man, when Alan goes to networking events, this guy knows, like, everyone knows him. Everyone says hi to him. And he talks to every single damn person in the room. It's amazing. And I started observing and I started asking you questions. Well, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? And I came to realize, I don't even think you realize you are one of the most highly skilled networkers that I know. Out of all the people I know, you're probably the highest skilled networker out there. You've got just a knack for going out and doing it.
Yeah,
and you've actually
what
put
a lot
it
of
down
people
on
don't
paper
realize,
now.
what a lot of people don't realize is I didn't just wake up one day and was a skilled networker.
Yeah.
Like this happened because of the books that I read.
Anything that you got to be good at, you got to practice.
I read a lot of books first off,
Yeah.
and a lot of them have to do with how to connect with people and how to make meaningful connections on top of that. Because then here's the other part about networking is you go to the networking event and you have your stack of cards and you think I'm going to pass out 100 cards today and my business is going to blow up, and
Oh man,
you're wrong.
I'm
You're
so glad you
wrong.
mentioned that because I get so many people who go to networking events. And now that I kind of understand the purpose, and I'm still learning, like anyone out there who says that they're not still learning, I'm still learning how to be a good networker. It's not something that comes innate to me. But one thing I do know for certain, the guy that just walks around and like breaks up a conversation. So you and me are talking,
Yep.
and they just break up a conversation, just kind of step right in between the two of us and be like, here's my card. I'm an insurance agent. Here's my card. I'm an insurance
Still in that
agent.
situation.
And like a lot of the time, I'm like, okay, thank you, and I get right back to my conversation.
Yeah, you
and that
completely
person's
ignore that
card
person.
goes straight to the garbage can.
Yep.
I don't ever intend to
Yeah,
work with that
don't
person.
we don't ever keep them.
Yeah, and that's the thing is there's not enough education on this. And recently, I got the opportunity to go out and speak to a group of graduating seniors from college
Yeah.
on how to take their networking skills from where they are, which is normally zero, to at least
Well, I don't know about that.
a couple notches up, because how important is it for you to be able to network in person
Yeah.
these days? Like, I know that we build a lot of networks on social media and we're on Facebook and LinkedIn and whatnot, but how important is it to actually see someone face to face, talk to them, and exchange value, exchange what you can do for them
Yeah,
and how they can help
absolutely.
you? So that's really number one is when you're meeting with people and you're in a networking situation, first thing you have to do is find common ground. If this
Yeah.
is a person of interest, if this is someone that you think is going to it could potentially bring value. And here's the thing, you don't know until you talk to someone.
Yep.
Like you don't know if that person's going to be valuable for your business or not until you have a conversation with them. And while you're doing that, I think it's important to find that common ground, meaning what do they like that you like? What do they do that you do? What are they into that you're
So
into?
let me ask you a question. Oh, so go ahead, David.
Well, we might have the same question because you make it sound so simple.
Yes.
But I think that is where most people get caught up. They're like, well, what do I ask? Well, what do I say? I'm going to sound stupid.
Yeah.
I feel like you probably have at least some simple formula or something that we can give folks watching that is going to help them break through that.
And
fear.
even before that, I've got one that I got the prerequisite to the formula. So even before you jump into the formula, I've got the question that comes right before that. What used to happen to me a lot when networking is I would get caught with that one person who I didn't know how to pre-screen.
Yeah.
I didn't really know who they are, what they do, but they just start talking to me.
Yep.
And then next thing I know, it's been 2 hours and
Yep.
this person hasn't stopped talking to
or
me.
even 20 minutes.
And I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I got to talk to other people. I got to
Yeah.
do something, but I can't seem to
You can't
pull
seem
them
to break away.
So my question,
I love that. I love that you're bringing that up because
Yeah.
that happens to a lot of people, and it happens because they're nervous, and it's not you being nervous; it's them being nervous. And now that they've already broken that tense feeling of finally talk to someone, it's easier for them to
Now I just
continue.
can't stop.
Yeah, it's easier for them to just continue talking to you than to make the effort to go try to talk to someone else.
Yeah.
So yes, if that is the prerequisite question to
well, how do you pre-screen? I guess how do you know like
don't.
is this person someone worth talking to for a little bit, or is there just a rule? I'm not going to talk to anyone for more than a certain amount of time.
Look, this is why it's important when you go to a networking event, and if you've ever been to any of our networking events and you see the pre-setup of everything, we have something called KPIs, key performance indicators.
Yeah.
And when we huddle with all of our agents, what are the things that we talk about with our agents when we're going to a networking event? How many people are we going to meet? How many meaningful connections are we going to make?
Yeah.
What are we going to do to help our business grow? Who are we going to meet with? Okay, we're going to meet with lenders. We're going to meet with private investors. We're going to meet whoever it is that we're looking to meet with. We go in there with an intention in mind, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing about networking is if you're using it and you're going at it with a thought process with some KPIs in place, you're going to have a successful event, and you're going to have and you're going to get what you want out of it. But you also have to verbalize that, and that's where it's important. So if you're making common ground, finding common ground just means you finding a way to connect with someone, right? And it could be connecting on any level. It doesn't have to be specifically about one
Real
thing or
estate.
the other. It doesn't have to be about real estate at all, even though it's a real estate meetup group.
Yeah.
A lot of the times you make better connections by not talking about work itself than by going directly into, well, I'm a wholesaler or I'm a lender.
Because everyone's already there in real estate.
Yeah.
Well, if you have the other thing that's common, then you have a deeper connection.
Now you've made a real connection, and people like doing business with people that they like. Now I'm not telling you to go have this heart-to-heartfelt conversation because at the same time you're also in a time frame. You know, this is an event that starts at 6, ends at 9.
Yeah.
You have 3 hours to work the room. And that's the way that I'm thinking about it is I have 3 hours. How many people do I want to meet? Okay, there's going to be 300 people here, 400 people here. I'd like to meet at least half of them. So I'm thinking I can't spend more than maybe 3 to 5 minutes per person. I really got to move on every time, right? So if I establish common ground in the first 2 or 3 sentences, that's excellent. Otherwise, I'm letting them know what my objectives are. So I'm saying something like, hey, I'm really trying to work the room and find someone who can help me buy this next property. I'm really trying to work
just
the room.
being really overt about it.
I'm really working to find someone who can lend me the money on this next property.
Yeah.
I'm really working to find someone who can buy this thing off of me or help me take my marketing to the next level. So expressing what your needs are is really important. And of course, if you have something to deliver, that's where it becomes really important is hey, this is how I can help your business too, because maybe that person is looking for you and you want to make sure that you exchange that information.
Yeah.
Here's where it gets really, really interesting, by the way, because what if that person doesn't have any need for you and you don't have any need for them, but you know what their needs are and they know what your needs are?
Yep.
Now, all of a sudden, you have something that's very, very powerful. And you have the ability at any given moment, and this is really the golden nugget of networking. You have the ability at any given moment to be the most popular person in the room. Like, how do you get everyone in the room to talk about you? How do you make it to where no matter who you talk to, they're asking about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, and I always wondered how you did that because I'd hear people everywhere, oh yeah, Alan Hernandez. They just kind of like a little buzz about your name. I'm going, what the heck did he do differently than I did?
This is just a skill that you learn along the way. There's no like, you know, there's no magic to this.
Yeah.
So let's say I go to you and you tell me, oh, hey, I run a construction company. And I say, well, great. You know, I lend my money privately.
Yeah.
And well, you may not have a need for me right now, maybe later. And I may not have a need for you now either. But I may run across David, and David may say, hey, I just picked up this great property. Do you have a great contractor I can talk to?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, what I'm thinking in my head is I'm going to connect you guys, because if I connect you guys, guess what you guys are going to talk about as soon as you meet?
Yeah. Well, who the heck is Alan?
Yeah.
How do you know Alan?
So here's the way that this works. So I go to David and I say, hey, David, man, that's awesome. You just bought a property. That's amazing. That's really great. I hear that you need somebody to help you with your construction. You have to meet Gibran. I just met him, but man, I think this guy really can help you.
Yeah.
Let me introduce you guys real quick. All right, so now I'm going to introduce you guys, and I'm going to say, hey, Gibran, meet David. He just picked up a property. I think he needs a really good construction expert, and maybe you can help him out. Why don't you guys exchange contact information and see how you can go from there? You're going to exchange contact information. You're going to exchange your cards, and then you're going to look at each other all funny and say, what are we going to talk about next? In the back of your head, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Naturally, what happens in a networking scenario, the next thing that comes up almost every single time is, well, how do you know Alan?
Yep.
How do you, and so imagine if you do that 3, 4 times, 10 times, 25 times.
Oh, it's exponential because for each one you do, you get 2.
That's right.
And so, I mean, really quickly, you've got everyone in the room talking about you.
So if your goal is to talk, if there's a 300-person room and your goal is to talk to 100 to 100, between 100 and 150 people, you can actually get everyone in the entire room to talk about you by just making those introductions.
Yeah.
It's and that's where this becomes a real art, because now everyone says, well, who is Alan and what does he do and blah blah blah, and it's you guys got each other's contact information and are now working to help each other, but now you also are trying to figure out how you can help me. Yeah. Because I've connected you. I've made your business better.
So, and then Linda on here, we asked for some tips in the Facebook page, and Linda actually threw out a really good one.
What'd she say?
This is something a lot of people leave out, but whenever you meet someone and they give you their business card, and this is why we always tell people, don't get those high gloss business cards.
Yes.
So that people can write on the back of them what it is that you do. And you want to get them out.
If you've never gotten a White Picket Realty business card,
you'll notice that the front is gloss.
The front is gloss and the back is matte.
Yep.
And there's a reason for that. And that's so we can do exactly what Linda said. That's a great tip, Linda. We have to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll finish your top tips for pro networking like a boss. And then we'll get into our game. Is it racist? Stay tuned. You're on the Realty Ruckus. We'll be right back.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
Hey guys, Alan here. Are you a home investor in need of house plans and permit expediting services? If so, Houston Plans and Permits is your local one-stop shop. They have over 15 years of professional design experience and have a strong team of knowledgeable permitting expediters to service all of your projects. Please contact them by calling them at 281-372-1555. Again, 281-372-1555, or visit them at their website, plansandpermits.com. Again, that's www.plansandpermits.com.
Hey Houston real estate agents, this is Alan Hernandez, broker at White Picket Realty. I want to let you know that when you're ready to stop working your real estate career and start building a real estate business, Team WPR is a place to be. Not only do we offer real results, real support, and real branding, but furthermore, 80 to 100% commissions of your hard-earned money going back to you. So make sure you reach out to us. Join at teamwpr.com. Again, that's join, Join, at teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, this episode, we've really been focusing on networking like a boss, and that has to deal with the fact that we have a huge networking event tonight, the biggest real estate networking event in the city of Houston. I want to say it's probably one of the biggest across the country, because Houston has the biggest networking events, period,
Yeah, we do.
as far as I've ever seen out of any other city.
Yep.
But before we get there, we need to talk, and we need to play a little game that we like to play here called Is It Racist? And for today's episode of Is It Racist, we have a real estate agent.
Today.
Yes.
So it's even better. And a former real estate salesperson.
Okay.
I got to say that. I don't want to get in trouble here. With the brokerage firm Engels and Volkers, who was arrested on a DUI. Now, what happened was she went through a four-way stop at 60 miles an hour. That's super dangerous, man. She could have T-boned. She could have been T-boned. And
She could have killed somebody.
Oh, yeah, she could have killed somebody doing that. Thankfully, that didn't happen. But when she was pulled over, and here's the question for our audience, whether it's racist or not, the officers said, have you been drinking? She said, oh, it's my birthday. I just had a few drinks. And so they gave her a breathalyzer. The breathalyzer came back at 0.18, so more than double the limit. Whoa. She was pretty drunk at 0.18. And she said, but you don't need to take me to jail. And this is a quote, clean, thoroughbred white girl. A clean, thoroughbred white girl. That's why she shouldn't go to jail. And then they were like...
Did she literally say that?
Yes, that was an exact quote. And then she said, come on, you don't want to take me to jail. I was a cheerleader who got perfect grades in school. And then here's a part that we have to really ask, is it racist? Then the cop says to her, what is that? Any of that? What is your race and you being a thoroughbred white girl and the cheerleader and perfect grades have to do with the fact that you were driving drunk, double the limit, and you ran a stop sign 60 miles an hour? And she looked at him and said, you're a cop. You should know what that means. Wow. So the question here is it racist?
So, all right, if it is racist, you want to give us the thumbs up.
Thumbs up if you think it's racist.
If it's not racist at all, you want to give us the angry face right now down below. And we're going to tally up and see what our audience thinks in regards to this agent who basically told the cops, you shouldn't arrest me or can't arrest me because I'm a thoroughbred.
We're getting about half and halves here. We're getting about half likes. I saw half angry faces, half
Oh,
likes.
really?
Okay,
Someone actually
if
put
it is
angry
racist,
faces?
it's a thumbs up. If it's not racist, it's the angry
Yeah, let's make sure we
face.
understand
Yeah, we're gonna put
the
up some more
rules
thumbs
here.
up.
Thumbs up is racist. Angry face is not racist.
Now, here's the thing about this. Like,
yeah, we got a couple more racists. We're getting quite a bit of thumbs up right now.
notice that this agent got stopped, and the first thing that happened is that she was reported as working for Engels and Volkers.
Yeah.
Now, Engels and Volkers is a great brokerage,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they really are.
They have a great name, a great reputation, and something like this automatically tarnishes their name.
Big time, yeah.
Automatically says you work with people that think this way, and
Yes.
and of course, the first thing as a broker you want to do is immediately terminate, immediately separate yourselves from that person. Then again, at this point, the damage is done. I mean, to me, I already see Engels and Volkers and racism in one page, and that's painful because I'm sure
Yeah.
the company doesn't stand for that.
Oh yeah, they
You
don't.
know?
I'm sure they don't appreciate that. Another thing I love is apparently she made a comment about going to a top university, which I love, which actually turns out to be LSU.
Oh no!
Top university, my ass.
Oh man. So, all right, is this the way that a lot of people think? Is this a representation of someone who is maybe more commonly out there saying, hey, I shouldn't be arrested because of this? I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that. But I can tell you that, in my opinion, this is definitely racist. And
Oh, yeah.
there's a tint of racism to
Oh
it.
man, okay, so this is like I'm going through the comments section right now. It's like gold in there because there's about half of the people saying, "Come on, give her a break. She was drunk. This shouldn't even have made the news." And the other half of the people are going, "This is really incredibly racist. Yes, it should have made the news. What she said is incredibly offensive." And it's funny because it's about half and half. I was surprised. I would think more people would say, "Oh yeah, that's pretty racist what she said." My personal opinion. It was pretty racist for her to say that. That was her trying to. Whenever someone says what is white privilege, that's what white privilege
This is a
yeah.
perfect example of someone working to try to exercise their white privilege.
It's like me getting pulled over and being like, "Hey man, you don't want to give me a ticket today. I'm a clean, thoroughbred Mexican."
Yeah.
Have I ever said that?
I make
It
the
was
best
so ridiculous.
tacos, man. You can't arrest me. I make
Look.
the best tacos.
I don't think you've ever tried my tacos.
No, so all right, that's it. Everyone's voted. It looks like it's racist.
Pretty damn
We got
racist.
we got a lot of thumbs up. We got some angry faces, and it's all right. You have your own opinion, and we have ours. All right, let's talk a little bit about what we have coming up in terms of events.
Yes. So actually tonight, like we've been talking about the entire show, basically, one of the largest real estate happy hours in town. It's going to be going on tonight at St. Arnold's Brewing Company from 6 to 9 p.m. Now, you do have to be registered to get in the doors. So if you show up, you're not registered, guess what? You got to wait in a long line and get registered. So might as well take care of that beforehand. I'll drop the link below. But again, St. Arnold's Brewing Company, 6 to 9 p.m. Alan, is there anything else the folks out there should know about
Oh
this
man,
event?
what an amazing turnout are we going to have tonight. I'm so excited about this. The other thing that everyone should know is I'm getting a lot of questions on why can't I buy a last minute VIP ticket. Last time that we did the last minute VIP tickets at the door, it was mayhem. It was just chaos to try to print name tags and all that at the door. So from this point forward, and we actually posted it on the event page itself and sent out 2 or 3 emails, made several posts just to let everybody know there is no purchasing VIP tickets at the door on this event. If you would like the VIP experience for this event, which is really, really cool, by the way, then make sure you purchase them for the next one, and you purchase them early. So we'll post the link below if you want to come out, join us for the next one. Get that VIP ticket. By the way, the VIP tickets do increase in price as time goes. So I believe for this event they started at like $15, and now before they expired, which was yesterday, they were up to $25. So make sure you guys take a look at those. And if you want to just come check it out, which I think anyone in the industry who is serious about growing their business should be there tonight. Get your ticket. The link is down below. We're going to be there. We're going to be having a great time.
Heck yeah, we will be.
The taps are going to be flowing, cold, beer the whole night. Food.
Cold beer.
A lot of great people are going to be
Clean,
there.
thoroughbred beer.
Clean, thoroughbred Houston beer.
We got a lot of presidents from organizations coming out tonight. I looked at the guest list, man. We got some good people on this guest list tonight. So you guys should come out and join us. We're going to be at St. Arnold's at 6 p.m. It won't end till 9, so come on out as soon as you're done working, showing houses, buying houses, you name it, whatever you're doing. Thanks again for joining us here on the Realty Ruckus. We're on every Tuesday and Thursday from 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Keep up your ruckus, and we'll see you next time.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening. Realty Ruckus has been brought to you by Smart Pig Media Productions.